Suspended? Warrant? What? I got everything. Everything's in order. I got all this. Welcome back, YouTube, and thank you for tuning into the Believe in Yourself channel, man. And this series is going to be a good one, man. I think you guys really going to enjoy this. I'm going to read all of my TURO guest reviews, man. So you guys, well, I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to read all the 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, and 1-star reviews that I've gotten over the past year. It's not that many. Out of all of my trips, 20% of the people on the trips, they do not leave a review. 70% of the people, I get 5-star reviews. So 10% give me between 4 and 1 star. So I'm going to be reading those reviews and telling you my reaction to them, because I probably remember them. They're so far few in between. But I want you guys to understand what you may face when you get into this TURO platform, man. So tune in, man, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Welcome back, man. This is another review, another 1-star. It's my last 1-star. So in total, I got 3 1-stars in the past year. Well, 3 1-stars, 3 1-star ratings with reviews in the past year. So that's what I'm reading right now. And this last one is the Versa. So I had one for each vehicle, Jeep, Sonic, and the Versa. So all my vehicles, although they are good for other people, you know, there's always, like, you can't please everybody. So let's just get right into it, man. This was a pretty good vehicle all in all. A little run down, but it was reasonably expensive. Reasonably inexpensive. So I didn't mind that. The main issue I had was getting pulled over by multiple police cars because the owner of this vehicle has a suspended license or is wanted for some kind of criminal activity. And I shouldn't be driving or renting this vehicle, what I was told by the police. If you would like to take the chance that the police don't run the plates while you drive this car, by all means, rent it out. I'm sure the owner is a very nice man and was pleasant to deal with, but I would feel wrong not giving a warning to anyone who might rent this in the future. That's one of those tough ones, you know? Because I feel as though had she not been pulled over, it would have been a 5-star. Like what she said, the car is reasonably inexpensive, and the owner, she said I was good, you know, but the license was suspended. So this is what happened with that. The problem I have with this review, and I'm not saying I didn't deserve a 1-star. If you watched my previous videos, you would see, like, if I deserve it, I take it. If not, I don't. So for this one, I believe I deserve it. But the reason for the 1-star, I feel as though I just wish sometimes guests would communicate with the host. Like, I get that you guys are on your trips or anything like that, but it's really, not saying all guests, because some guests, if something happens, they'll contact you and they'll let you know, hey, such and such happened, hey, this, hey, that. But this girl told me nothing. She picked up the car. The entire time she had the vehicle, I didn't get not one message, not one nothing, no concern. I sent her the message about the checkout for her that when she checks out, what she's supposed to do. She said, okay, thanks, not a problem. You know, like, there was no warning. And then I turn around and I get this 1-star and I'm reading this long story and I'm like, what? First I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie. First off, I was pissed because I was like, yo, license suspended, criminal activity. What the, like, who? Come on, man. I ain't never been arrested in my life. Criminal activity? Man, I'm 39 years old without a record. Never been arrested, never been to juvie, never nothing. Not, man, none. Now, I'm not saying I'm a saint, but I've never had nothing on my record that warrants anything like that. So I was like, what's going on? So what had happened was, so I switched my insurance provider. And at least in Florida, I don't know what states you guys are in, but in the state of Florida, whenever you cancel an insurance coverage, you're supposed to let the state know or whoever, somebody know, that you resumed coverage with somebody else. So at the time that I canceled the coverage, I switched over to another insurance carrier. And I get my mail at my P.O. box. But I had gone out of town during the time that the letter was sent. So I didn't check my P.O. box. So when I finally got the letter and it came back to my house, the time had already lapsed for me to then alert the state of the new insurance that I got, which they then in turn suspended my license until I sent them the updated information. And from at the time of this video, this is months after, but at the time of this review, when I got this, literally, like, I was going off on her. I was like, what do you mean criminal activity, this and this and that? But I got to put myself in her place. Like, you come to another city, another town, you're getting pulled over, and it's unfortunate the way they do it down here, because I've gone through that before. I don't know if it's just black men or whatever, but if you're getting pulled over, and down here in South Florida, they always going to call for backup. So they could have easily called for, maybe, I would say at most, it was probably 2, at most 3, probably police cars. And I think she was like a young lady, Caucasian. She was probably like 22 or 23, and you're coming to another town, and then that happens to you. That could pretty much shake you up, and then you're telling the cop, and then he's telling you, you should not be renting this vehicle, da-da-da-da. So I can understand that you'd be shaken up. But then to not mention it at all to me was kind of like, what? Because the car had gone out on another rental. By the time this review came through, it was out again. And I'm like, you could have at least warned me. You could have said something to me so that I could, while you got the car, after you got pulled over, let me look up my license and see what's going on. When I looked it up, come to find out, what I explained to you guys is what happened. And it was literally, the deadline for me to let the state know was like, let's say the 16th. And when she returned the vehicle, it was the 21st. So it was like luck, because the car had went out before her. They didn't get pulled over. The person that got it after her didn't get pulled over either. So while the other person had the car, once they brought it back, I went to the DMV, got everything situated. It wasn't even the Versa that was the problem. It was my Altima that got reported to the state, which is not even on the TURO platform. It's a whole nother car entirely. That's nothing to do with TURO, none of my TURO vehicles. But just to say, man, you got to try your best to stay on top of things like that. And I would say this, try to stay even on top of things like your license and registration, and just make sure and check that it's always valid and up to date. Because that was the first time something like that happened to me. I was highly upset when I first read that review, because I'm like, suspended warrant? What? I got everything. Everything's in order. I got all this. Then when I saw the letter, I was like, damn it, shoot. Because I didn't read the letter. I didn't know that I even had the letter. But after she said that, I was going through old mail on it was just like a windstorm. Like, oh my God. It was just one of those things, man. I didn't even do it purposefully. It was just one of those things, man. I dropped the ball. That's all I can say. And there was nothing mechanically wrong with my vehicle. That's what makes it even more detrimental. Like, that could have possibly been like a 4 or 5 star. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's a 1 star. And if anybody knows mathematics, if you're trying to be a 5 star, you get a 1 star, man. It's hard to come back from that 1 star. It's hard, man. It's hard. So these 3 1 stars, man, I got to deal with these 3 1 stars for like another 10 months. By the time this video comes out, I won't have to deal with it, but for another maybe 4 or 5 months. I don't know. But yeah, man, it was one of those reviews right there. Like, I really felt bad, because I was in my mind cursing her out like criminal activity. Like, what? But if a police officer tells you something, you can only go off that. And she was just writing about her experience, and I have no problem with that. You know, do I feel like I deserved the 1 star? Not really, but her experience for her, if I was in her shoes, I probably would have given myself a 1 star too. Because like, yo, why do I have to get pulled over and told you got a warrant, have all these police surrounding me? Like, I'm not a criminal. So why am I being put in this situation? I'm just coming down here to have fun or whatever she wanted to do. Like, she shouldn't have had to go through that. So I apologize. If you're watching this video, if you're out there and you rented the car from Kevin Akin BE, I apologize to you. You know, that was my fault. And I take the blame for that. But I just want you guys that are watching the stories, this video, that are future hosts out there, something like that can get you caught up now, you know? So that'll be another tip that I would give you, man. Just stay on top of things like your license and your registration, and make sure if you do anything, swapping out license, not white license, but swapping out insurance providers, that you make sure everything is reported to the state, so that you don't wind up in a situation like me where you got your renter being pulled over by tons of police, you know, and having them feeling some type of way. But other than that, man, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to this series. I believe I got 1 more after this. And yeah, man, so I'll catch you guys on the next video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you comment, man, let me know what you want to see next. Come on, man. Give me something. What you guys want to hear? What do you want to know about TURO? Let me know in the comments, man. Peace. As long as you believe you can't make it, you won't make it. If you believe that you can do it, you will do it.